A very good morning to one and all. I request you have a notebook and a pen to copy down the important points from this presentation. I request you please read the chapter before you are watching the presentations. Okay, let's proceed. Chapter number 3, what is government? In that we were on the topic number 2, democratic government, and we are going to see the question answers of this chapter. So I request you, first we will have a explanation on democratic government. What is democratic government? Next we are going to see the question answers of this chapter. I request you, as I am teaching you the chapter, that's your job to do the question answers, because most of the time whenever I am discussing all this topic, if you are not understanding, please let me know through the WhatsApp, so I will clear your all doubts and difficulty, right? So let's proceed. Chapter number 3, what is government, and we are going to see what is democratic government and what are the features of democratic government. First, democratic government. India is a democracy. In India, a democratic country. India is a democracy. In that, we are having a right. With the help of a proper election process, we are choosing our representative, and that representative afterwards forming the government and then making rules and regulation for us. That's why it is stated the government is for the people, by the people, and of the people. Of the people, by the people, and only for the people. Next, the achievement is the result for a long and the eventful struggle of the Indian people. There are other places in the world where people have also struggling to have democracy nowadays also. Now, you are knowing that the main feature of the democracy is that the people have the power to elect their leaders. People are having the power to elect their leader, and that leader is placing the demands and requirement of that particular community or the group or the area for the approval for sanctioning. So in a sense of democracy is ruled by the people. Peoples are only ruling because peoples are only electing their leaders. The basic idea is that the people rule themselves by the participating in the making of these rules. Next, democratic government in our times are usually referred to as representative democracy. In representative democracy, what is there? So people do not participate directly, but instead choose their representative, as I stated earlier, and the representative is presenting on behalf of them, representing their problems, needs, and making policies and programs. Next, through the process of election, these representatives meet and make decisions for the entire population. These days, a government cannot call itself democratic unless it allows what is known as universal adult franchise. So what is universal adult franchise? We are going to see now. That means the voting right. This means that all adults in our country are allowed to cast vote or allowed to give vote. That means when they are reaching to the age of 18 years, they are allowed to cast the vote. They are having an election card. You can have more information from your parent by seeing their election card, right? So you will come to know more about it. But it was not always like this. You can believe that there was a time when the government did not allow women and the poor to participate in the election. This point, please have attention here. This point is speaking to the situation where the women and the poor people were not having the right to participate in the election process. In their earliest forms, government allowed only men who owned property and were educated. Those who were having the property and those who were educated, only those men will be allowed for casting the vote in the process of election. This means that women and poor and the propertyless and the uneducated were not allowed to vote. So this is not fair, right? So in democratic country, it may be poor, it may be propertyless, it may be male, female or transgender, they are allowed to cast the vote. The country was governed by the rulers and the regulation that these few men were made. That means I want to highlight certain point which is given in the textbook, that was suffrage movement which was happened in the history. Women raised their voice for their voting rights and finally they got it. That is given in the textbook. I request you all please read that paragraph, because at the last we are going to discuss one question that speaks about what is suffrage movement. In India, before independence, only a small minority was allowed to vote and therefore came together to determine the fate of majority. Several people, including Gandhiji, were shocked at the unfairness, the word is unfairness, of this practice and demanded that all adults have the right to vote. So that all adults are having right to vote means it is known as the universal adult franchise. Next, writing in the journal Young India in 1931, Gandhiji said, I cannot possibly bear the idea of a man who has got the wealth should have the vote, but that a man who has got character but no wealth, literacy, should have no vote, or that a man who works honestly by the sweat of his brow on a day in a day and day out should not have the vote for the crime of being a poor. Yes, written in the book. Lastly, we have finished the chapter here. Afterwards, we are going to see the question answer in upcoming slides. So please be ready to see the question answer. Next, we are moving to have question answer. Question number 1. So question number 1 is speaking about what do you understand by the word government? List 5 ways in which you think the government affects your daily life. Right? So you have to tell what is the meaning of government. You studied the whole chapter and the topic was what is government. Now it's the time for you to answer what is government or what do you understand by the word government. And what are the work of government? You have to list only 5. So this is the answer for you. So by the word government, we understand that the organization which takes decision and makes laws for the citizen of a country is the government for their welfare, right? You have to frame your own answer. This answer I kept only for the reference purpose. The government is an organization which makes rules, regulation, laws, policies, program for the citizen for their welfare, for the country's growth and development. So these are the 5 work which your government is doing. Only I listed 5. Government is doing so many activities and daily. The 5 ways in which the government affects our life. First one, building roads and school. Reduction and fixing of prices of essential commodities, that means things. Supply of electricity. Preparation and implementation of the several programs to help the poor and running of postal and railway service. You can add so many things. Maintenance of roads, street light, electricity, water supply, so many things the government is doing for you. So please frame your own answers. We are moving to question number 2. Why do you think the government needs to make the rules for everyone in the form of law? Right? For the smooth functioning, for the well maintenance, the government needs to make rules for everyone in the form of laws because of the following reason. The government wants to give advantages to the people of the welfare measures to all without discrimination. Right? So these were the points. Government is making the laws which is applicable for everyone, those who are residing in the country. To provide equality and justice to all, first point. Second point, to maintain peace. To administer the country efficiently. Right? So efficiently to address the country is the last point. Third question, name 2 essential features of a democratic country. So they are 2. We are having the 2 1. Democracy is a rule by the people. It is the people who rule themselves by participating in the making of these rules. In democracy, people have the power to elect their leaders. These leaders or representatives meet and make decisions for entire population. Okay, so here we have finished the third question also. Next, fourth question. What was the suffrage movement and what did it accomplish? So this is the answer. This answer is placed in textbook itself. You please check out. Don't write a long story, make it into point wise. This screen is small, that's why I placed like this. But you have to make point wise. The movement for voting right of women came to know as the suffrage movement. Point number one. Then second point, all over the Europe, what was their movement? The same paragraph is given in the textbook. From that, you have to extract the answer and you have to write it. Please see properly. Okay. Next. Up to this much question we will do. Look at the maps on page number 29 and 30. If you are having the textbook at your home, you have to see the map number 29 and 30 and you have to do this. Names of the neighbors of India, names of the state and union territory, like this question has placed. This is given in the textbook. You have to do. And the another one, exercise. This you have to tick mark. Place tick mark against the label of you consider most appropriate. You have to do it. You have to click it. You can send me on WhatsApp. So many cadets are sending daily their homework on WhatsApp. Thanks to them. They are doing a very good job at home. Please continue same like that. Next, lastly, I want to say thank you to each and everyone. One thing I want to clarify to you. Your syllabus has been started from the month of July, right? So 1 month June you haven't studied. For that purpose, now you have to take a lead. Now you have to take a lead and you have to read the upcoming chapters very well so we can understand. So in the next chapter, we are going to see about the fourth chapter of civics. That's the key elements of democratic government. Right? We are going to discuss that. Before discussing, I am explaining you the topic. Please, in that topic, we are going to see about the 4 key elements or the key elements of democratic government. Okay? So, thank you to each and everyone. Jai Hind. Be safe and secure at your home.